day off. I'm teasing today with Chris James.
Welcome back to Tease Today. Today I'm not doing segments. I'm going to tell you some jokes. Then we're going to have a chat about how I feel about the malign perverts who have so much influence in our lives and the media outlets who non-consensually foist them upon us. It'll be fun. Military frogs employ a robot dog. A robot dog built by Boston Dynamics has reportedly been used in French military drills. Fun fact, when two robot dogs meet, they will introduce themselves by sniffing each other's USB ports. For advice on training the robot dog for combat, the French brought in expert and former NFL quarterback Michael Vick. The French were successfully able to teach the robot dog tricks, such as sit, roll over, and drone bomb that hospital. This reminds me of my favorite children's book. Robot dog goes to Gitmo. See spot run. See spot jump. See spot execute political prisoners? All dogs go to heaven. Robot dog just helps him get there. Speaking of dogs in heaven, R.I.P. DMX, OD, or J&J. After a short stint on life support, rapper DMX has passed away at the age of 50. An unidentified family member has been quoted in a gossip magazine stating that there was no mention to them by DMX's doctors of an overdose, but that he had recently received something that I won't say out loud, but I'll tell you it rhymes with schmovid-schmaxine. And this, of course, demands the question, did Bill Gaetz kill DMX? Bill Gaetz. Old guy, obsessed with depopulating the third world. Oh, I remember what I wanted to tell you. Host of Tales from the Crypt and British royalty, Prince Philip died yesterday, April 9th, at 99 years of age. And did you know April 9th is the 99th day of the year? Who cares if April 9th is the 99th day of the year? Who cares about some haggard old dead-ass prince? He was 100. Why are we talking about it? And what's more out of touch than royalty? Next. Poor Hunter Biden. I mean, he's rich, but you know what I mean. White privilege is out. Sympathy for the crackhead children of rich politicians is in. Hunter Biden has begun his crack apology tour. Following revelations of his crack abuse and allegations of inappropriate behavior with his 14-year-old niece, Hunter has begun hitting the talk show host circuit, making hilarious quips about mistaking Parmesan cheese for crack and having trouble keeping his pants on. Hunter, was the laptop yours? What's a laptop? Oh, you kooky crackhead. And we should feel bad for Hunter Biden. It's not like he's been given every abundance of privilege a human being could ask for and used that incredible access and power to pursue a life of crack, prostitutes, and personal enrichment. So what if he used his status as vice president's son to earn millions of dollars advising corrupt Ukrainian energy executives and Russian mayors' wives? He's just a lost boy, trying to right the wrongs of his past. Remember when the media was not incorrectly criticizing Trump and his sons for nepotism and favoritism and autism? Where's that fervor for holding truth to power now? Or was it never about holding truth to power at all? Did you just need me to believe that? What other conclusion can I reach at this point? What would the Jimmy Kimmel interview look like if Donald Trump Jr. was cracking wise about taking his pants off and smoking cheese crumbs with his 14-year-old niece? I have no doubt the media would have described it as a harrowing tale of redemption and humanization. Surely. Age. Cheese. Aged cheese. Fettuccine. Fetish. Age fetish. Let's talk about America's age fetish. Republican Representative Matt Gaetz is in trouble for an alleged sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl. Not just that, it may be prostitution, as there was purportedly an exchange of money involved, which may have crossed state lines. This news comes as a moral shock to America, a country who has also been in a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl where money was involved. Isn't it kind of weird to defend Children's Act Lil Nas X for grinding on Satan one week, accuse Matt Gaetz of being a pedophile for sexting a 17-year-old the next week, and then sign up to Bad Baby's OnlyFans 6 minutes after she turns 18? I'm not saying Matt Gaetz isn't a creep. He is. I'm saying so are most of the people calling Matt Gaetz a creep. I don't need an army of journalist scumbags to morally grandstand about it just because he's a Republican. All these media outlets and politicians might decide whether a person is disgusting based on that person's political affiliation, but to the rest of us, a creep by any other name smells just as creepy. Furthermore, the media's disingenuousness in covering their own team has destroyed their credibility. Whether it's Fox News, CNN, or the MyPillow guy, 3 organizations I deem to be of equal credibility and substance, it doesn't matter. Their inability to criticize their own team ultimately distracts from the seriousness of these crimes and harms the victims as they're knocked to the background when the political fight breaks out. Also, while we're on the subject of Matt Gaetz being disgusting and sexualization of children, Blue Team, aren't you the same people who believe children know their sexual identity by the time they're 4? Maybe you're, part of the problem. There's a massive incentive stream in mostly left-leaning industries for children to become sex symbols. Why don't you address that while we're elevating wet-ass pussy to the level of national art? Which is fine. I'm not saying it's not art. I'm saying maybe create some other incentive structures for young women to aspire to, because not all of them are going to get to be strippers on a national art stage. I mean, I'll say it again. There are major incentive structures for our children to become sex symbols. If you don't want Matt Gaetz jerking off to a 17-year-old, maybe you should turn around and look at the dick in your own hand while you're scrolling through TikTok. MTV and record labels scout Disney stars for whores like sports leagues scout colleges for athletes. And they're more than happy to take the exceptional ones right out of high school. How do conversations with these girls' parents go? I'm being scouted by MTV. They think I could be a Division I rap hoe. Congratulations, sweetie. Your father has a surprise to celebrate. He's buying you ass implants. Well, honey, I know you've been working hard, being a foul-mouthed, dopey-eyed bitch, disrespecting everyone who ever cared about you, doing no-bra TikTok since you were 15. You're in this. And this is what we're pushing our daughters to aspire to. The highest form of female achievement has become an Instagram thought or a rap hoe, in order to build anticipation for the moment when desperate incels can legally jerk off to you and cash in on OnlyFans. Is this the position of a good father now? No one deserves to be a highly paid sexual object more than my daughter. You've sacrificed so much for this, sweetie, like your dignity, education, the integrity of your womb, self-respect, respect of your peers, family, or any children you might adopt one day. Any skills whatsoever, diction, grammar, your liver, your sinus cavity, labial plasticity, short-term memory retention, long-term memory retention, anal plasticity, sobriety, your personality, countless fetuses, the ability to meaningfully connect with people, self-awareness, that part of your nose they scraped off. But it'll all be worth it in the end, when you OD on fentanyl and leave your estate to your mother and I. I mean, it's really disgusting watching Matt Gaetz get rightly demonized while Hunter Biden gets fawned over, while Hunter was allegedly committing similar acts of depravity and much worse with reportedly even younger girls, some even in his own family. But I get it. Simping for the wealthy crackhead son of a rich politician after a summer chanting "Eat the Rich" is very on brand for these hypocrite partisan activist hacks who variably call themselves journalists or entertainers depending on whether or not they're being sued for defamation. Fuck Hunter Biden, fuck Matt Gaetz, fuck the corporate media, and fuck you if you fall for their bullshit. And Jimmy Kimmel can suck my dick.
Oh,